Hi everybody, I just wanted to make an update for today is the 9th. It's actually my birthday. I should know this. May 9th. I'm just going to make an update for our earthquake forecast. And I have not seen the app in a little bit, so I really don't know what's going on. I do know that, I think, what was it? Alaska had a bigger one, and now it moved down to, we also had one in Canada, which I think that the energy from Alaska went into Canada. Of course, that would be something that we would expect. I would expect. So let's just take a look, and I'm just going to do this real time and tell you guys what I'm thinking. Might be a possibility if I see any patterns or anything. I will let you guys know. So these two orange ones I've already talked about. They're bigger ones. One is in Papua New Guinea. We talked about that happening on my last video. The other one is near in the Banda Sea, Indonesia area. We talked about that one happening. Looks like there's a new one in the Philippines. I have not seen this one. A 5.5, and we've talked about that happening in the last video as well. So if I were to make a prediction based on this new information, of course we have Papua New Guinea area is a big location where we may expect activity. However, they did just receive a lot of activity within the last 3 weeks to a month. So you gotta wonder, like I said in my last video, if the energy has kind of been dispersed and it's not really a hot zone anymore, or if it's still active. It could go either way. So with this one, the Banda Sea in the Philippines earthquakes, I would expect to see something in, what is that little place? Like this little, what is that? I should know this, right? Sarawak, North Kalimantan, in the Malaysian, Indonesian area. We might be able to expect something there. We might also see the energy follow out along this area in between the two earthquakes, and maybe get something out here in the Singapore area. I think that Japan is still a good location not to check off the list. There's not any specific pattern that I see that would be going there, but there is a lot of energy in this western part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, and so I would think that it could definitely go to Japan. If there's any tension that has been built up in Japan, it could potentially cause an earthquake. So, like I said, I think Russia, they haven't had any activity for a long time. And it just seems like there's probably a lot of energy built up there. And I'm going off of my intuition. This isn't really the Dutch sense method exactly, but I do I have my own patterns that I see. So we might see maybe something in, do I want to say India, or maybe out here in the ocean. So the energy, it seems, is not traveling up. Now it could start traveling up anytime, like even now, even as we speak. within the next hour, it could start traveling up into these northern places. But right now, all the energy seems to be going downwards into New Zealand. Maybe it could even spark in Australia. You can see it's gone down as low as a 4.8 in the Macquarie Island area. Let's see, let's talk about the US real quick. I need to go in a minute, so this has got to be brief. We did have a bigger one in Alaska, about a 4.9, I believe. I'm not going to find it because I don't have time to guess which little dot it is. But that, of course, I think we had one in Canada, just barely. Where in Canada? Is it this? No. Is it this one? No, that's an older one. You know, I swear we just had one in Canada. Unless they deleted it, I swear. And I would assume that that would be because of the higher 4.8 or 9 that we had in Alaska coming down. And of course, when that happens, it can come down as well into the Idaho area, Washington, California, Utah, and surrounding states. And then from there, it would travel kind of out this way. Oh, it's okay. So this is one over on the east coast of Canada, not coast, but eastern part of Canada. I thought it would be more on the western part of Canada, but it's not. So we have one over there. And how big was it? 4.1? Not very small. So what would I expect to happen from that? That's interesting because I don't know my patterns in this part of the USA or Canada very well. So let me just see something. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to go check on my dogs. So from this one in Canada, I might expect it maybe to go to the northeast, maybe even downwards into the New York area, the Toronto area, and I know I should know how to say this, Nova Scotia, I think that's how you say it, area. I don't think it would probably go into the Michigan area, but it might induce new activity in the surrounding area. Let's see, what else do we have over here? Idaho has plenty of activity. It's usually going north-south, but there are sometimes it goes east-west, and it looks like it's doing both today, and that's kind of entertaining for me. It's just like it sparks my curiosity. There must be a fault that's running east-west, as well as the Sawtooth Fault that's running north and south. So that's interesting. I don't know what else to say about it. I don't have any pattern formed from it. I do know that a pattern I've picked up is when there's not a lot of activity in Idaho, it comes kind of down to the southern part of Idaho and even into Utah. So I don't necessarily expect any activity coming into Utah. However, with that being said, there is energy coming from Alaska, from the bigger, not the big one, the moderate one that they had. So never say never. An old one in Washington. Now, if I were to see something in the Washington, Montana area, or this general area, then I would definitely think that Utah could be a potential area again for aftershock activity, not necessarily a big one. They are waiting for a big one. I live in Utah, so we are waiting for a big one. We have been for a couple hundred of years. It's overdue, so I mean, never say never, anything's possible. California. We had this line right here was lit up the other day. Now we only see one that's kind of older, a 2.0. Not really anything that I'm seeing though. I know that the Ridge Crest area had a swarm yesterday, which was interesting. I think they had a bigger one, not a bigger one, like, I always say that. Because to me, when I'm forecasting, I think that a bigger one is like a 4.8 or even a 4.0 is something that I pay attention to. But a moderate one. So that was interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong. I swear they had like a 4.0 though, or like a 3.8, which would be something that I would watch. It's moderate, even small to moderate, but to me it's watchable, so that's why I always call it a big one, but it's not a big one. Ignore me if I say that. If I say that they had a big one, I'll probably be like, they had a huge one, they had a ginormous one, so just ignore. Everything looks like it's pretty much normal in the California area. There is a lack of activity, so I definitely would expect some smaller ones, some small to moderate ones coming in like they always do along the San Andres, and again up along the Walker Lane Fault on the eastern part of what would I call that? Plateau. This place right here had a few good ones the other day. I think a 4.0. It always has a lot of activity and it swarms sometimes. It swarmed the other day. This one's only a 2.0, so it's not too relevant, but this place, or is it this one? I know it has 2 lakes. It swarms and gets a lot of activity, which is just interesting to me. That's just something that I note, but I don't really find a pattern, or I don't really feel any information about it. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for now. Again, I don't really get into the other part of the world unless it's something that spikes my interest. I do expect something in China in this area right here to come through. I've been forecasting that for a couple weeks, but we did get something over in this area, so maybe I just got the energy wrong, just thinking that it was gonna pull more into this area, but maybe it's still yet to happen. That's pretty much it for today's little forecast, and I hope everybody is having a good day. Stay safe, stay inside. Oh, my city, I think, is reopening, I think, tomorrow. I don't understand. We shut down the whole entire world and all the public schools when there's 30 confirmed cases, but we're going to reopen when there's 6,000. The logic makes no sense to me at all. But anyways, hope everybody is okay, and have a good day. Talk to you guys later.